Oh, goody.
Alright, what's going on everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Mercenaries video. So in this one, we have a very special set of PvP games today. And this is going to be first in what I'm hoping to make a bit of a series here, Mercenaries money matches. So I'm going to be doing some of these every now and again with other members of the community, and I figured who better than to start it off with than my good friend and teammate Crimson Panda. So thought it would be fun to do a little best of 5 money match, especially with the new Mercenaries. I got them all maxed out recently, so it's really easy, even though we're on different servers, for us to just come up with some decks, go into the private challenge, and I can lend out all the Mercenaries at max level. So going over the rules here, how this is going to work is we are playing a best of 5, so the first 3 wins will take it home. In terms of format, kind of a little similar to Conquest here. Generally, the rules are you cannot have more than one of each mercenary on your whole total teams. So if you have Varden on your first deck, you can't have them in deck 2 or deck 3. Pretty standard stuff there. And then other than that, once you win with the deck, it is locked and you cannot use it again. If you lose with it, you are allowed to run it back with that deck or swap to another one. But this does mean you will need to win with all 3 of your decks in order to take home the prize. In the event of a tie, you are allowed to use the tie deck again or swap up to any other deck you have not previously won with. In terms of prize for this one, we are battling it out for $20 US, conveniently the price of one of the new Mercenaries bundles in the shop, and I'm really excited to get on into the games here. Big shout out to Crimson Panda for doing this. I think the games are going to be a lot of fun. We both brought some pretty spicy lineups, and I'm very excited to see how the games play out. Gonna take a quick look at the decks here before we get on into the game. In terms of what I brought for my lineup, I had a Frost Valera build, so using Medivh with his turn 1 counter, Trigor for extra damage, and Valera for the damage and speed, along with a Frost bench with Belinda, Varden, and Maestra. Kind of the idea with this one, just swapping out Valera for Maestra so we can get the fast Frost stuff going in the late game, deal a lot of damage early on with Trigor, and then close out with Valera and some cold snaps and Belinda freezes. My second deck is a slight alteration from Ricochet's comp that I really enjoyed, with Elise Malcazar Khadgar with the Ysera Bane Sinestra bench. In the original build from Ricochet, he was actually running Maestra over Sinestra, but due to the format rules, couldn't have Maestra in 2 decks, so I opted to put Sinestra in instead as another kind of late game AoE win con that can also help keep herself and Ysera alive. And then my last deck here, and one of my favorite, is the token build. So we have Nemzi, Bwansamdi, Yu'lon, Cho, N'Zoth, Cthulhu. This a little bit different than my regular version of the token build, as again can't have any overlap with the Mercenaries, so no Medivh on this one. I wanted to get Khadgar in this one, but I thought he was better suited in the Valera Frost build. But overall, I've had a lot of success with the tokens on ladder, so I'm hoping it will be able to perform well here too. Going into this, the decks from Panda really surprised me, as he brought a lot of stuff that I just simply have never seen before. You know, it's early on in the kind of Mercenaries drop, so not everybody has all these characters leveled up yet. So I actually hadn't really seen much of the builds he brought, especially 2 of them, the first one being this Garona build here. I haven't seen Garona at all on ladder so far, so not really sure how that one's going to work out, but N'Zoth definitely seems scary versus our token build, so we're going to try and dodge that one. And then Cthulhu, late game, also very scary there. No reds on this one, which is a pretty interesting way to go about deck building, but your Garona can be a red, so that is, you know, one way to get a red in this otherwise redless comp. Then he had Khadgar Frost, so also bringing a Frost Valera Trigor deck. This one is a bit different than the one that I ended up bringing, and even though that's the case, I do think it is pretty much equally as scary, as anytime you're doing huge damage with Trigor Valera on turn 1, getting freezes with Belinda's Elemental, or just locking down the board with Khadgar. There's a lot to be afraid of here with the Valeera Frost shenanigans, and I thought it was good enough to bring my own version of the deck, so I'm not super surprised to see him bringing a different take on that as well. And then demons. So demons are really cool, and I think kind of a sleeper tribe right now, where they got a lot of support this expansion, but I don't think anyone's really cracked the code on the best way to build them yet. And this one also, like the Garona comp, falls into a category of, I've played against demons, you know, a handful of times on ladder, and they definitely can be pretty scary, but this version of them is built pretty differently than any of the ones I've seen on ladder, at least. I haven't seen, you know, Medivh buffing up the blues. I haven't seen Bonsamdi make his way into the demon comp, so really not sure how this one is going to go, as I don't really have any experience facing a deck quite like this one. I know generally they're trying to get value off of their fell damage, Fist of Jaraxxus, and the Nero summons, but I'm very curious to see how it plays out. The deck codes for all of these will be listed in the description if you want to check them out for yourself, give them a whirl on ladder. And thanks again to Crimson Panda for agreeing to this, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We are both uploading our perspectives on our respective channels, so after this video is over, or you could even do it at the same time if you're feeling really ambitious, I definitely recommend going to check out his version of the games where you can see his perspective and commentary. Before we get into it though, if you enjoy this type of content, do remember to like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out the channel and keeps the Mercenaries videos coming. If there's anyone you would like to see featured in the next Mercenaries money match, definitely let me know in the comments below and just give me an idea of what you think about this kind of format. I think it's a lot of fun and it should provide a little bit more high stakes gameplay. All right, so we're getting on into our games here with Crimson Panda. Open deck list, so thinking about what we want to start out with. He has a Garona list with some old gods, Khadgar Frost with Trigor Valeera, and an Arana Demons deck. So I think in this case, I'm going to lead with the token build. So he brought 2/2/2. I think that means it's the Frost version, in which case we want to go Boggy, Bonsamdi, Yu'lon, I think. Alright, looks like we guessed correctly here, so that's pretty good for us. I think this should be a good matchup. So we're going to send a Boggy in here. We're stopping their stealth entirely. And then the main question here is, do we want to bounce on turn 1 or not? And I think we don't necessarily want to bounce on turn 1. Because then their water elemental can get and just get replayed. They won't have Valeera stealth though. I think I'm just gonna focus on killing the Trigor. And we can bounce maybe turn 2. Oh, freezing Nemzi was actually quite good for them. Alright, so I think now we need to bounce, because unfortunately we didn't get... Or maybe we actually just have to snipe this down.
Job's done.
Problem is, Nemzi is most likely going to die here. Is it enough? Yeah, with Trigor it's going to be enough. So that's kind of problematic. Yeah, it definitely could be a problem for us. Because I want to bounce, but now it doesn't make a lot of sense to bounce. Though due to the format of this, even if we do end up losing game one, the token comp should be able to take it back later on. It's kind of like Conquest in Standard a bit, where you can kind of target stuff. Okay. Well, we're gonna send out N'Zoth here. So we're gonna make one Somdi take no damage and do the bounce thing. We're gonna blast Valera. And we're gonna send in a summon here. So we're gonna send out these three. Joe kind of awkward here. Actually, maybe we just send out the Cthulhu. No, we can't send out Cthulhu into the Trigor. I think this just may have been a tricky matchup for our token build. But I'm kind of happy to get their Frost Valera out of the way first. I think I want to save ours for the end. So they go into the full Frost. Interesting. So we're going to do some summons. We can actually kind of play it slow here. I think we're going to hit here. Hit here. Oh, and that's not good. Yeah, we're losing this one. But like I said, I think it's kind of okay. Because now we got the deck that I was most scared of from them out of the way first. Which should be a good thing. I don't think I'm as afraid of the demons or Corona. Alright, so game one down. Their Frost Valera deck is gone. I think I'm just going to run it back with the tokens. Because, let's see, do they have any battle cries that I care about in the other builds? Not really. So I think I'm just going to run it back with tokens. Try and get a win with that. And then I think I want to save the Frost Valera deck for the final deck. So we're going to run it back with tokens. So they have the 3 greens. That's their Arana list. Their Garona list. So against this, we're definitely doing Nemzi, one Somdi, and I'll go Yulon. So now we should be able to bounce on turn 1 and get our shenanigans going. Garona has to attack, so we can literally just like nuke her from orbit. So we'll bounce, swing, blast, blast. Or I guess we can blast here. Oh, but he has N'Zoth. That shouldn't be that big of a deal, though, honestly. Because we'll just send out our own N'Zoth. They're probably going to take our Boggy, right? No, they didn't take Boggy in one. Very interesting. Guess I should have hit Corona here. Corona didn't attack, interestingly enough. So the play here, it's definitely going to be Nemzi, Cho, N'Zoth, I think. And in terms of what we're trying to protect the most, I think it's Cho. Elise, Corona, N'Zoth. Okay. Alright, so how are we gonna do this? Definitely buffing. We want to refresh as quickly as we can. Gonna buff herself instead of a Boggy here. And then send these into Elise, I suppose. Actually, we should probably... No, we have to respect Elise the most, I think. Yeah, we can just buff the Boggy, I suppose. Oh wow, it summoned a copy of her. That's pretty crazy. So they stole the better Boggy. Now we can steal it back, though. Or no, we can't. It's gone. So we can just make another one.
Job's done.
Yeah, the N'Zoth is definitely problematic against our build. We can just blow up this summon right now if we want, but it's really not a crazy amount of damage. It might still be worth doing anyway. But losing the Boggies definitely makes this, the build not feel very optimal right now. Oh, and they have Cthulhu. Yikes. That's scary. So the token build is having kind of a rough time here. Because we need a way to answer that Cthulhu. I think we'll make these summons. And just try and make another Boggy. This is another one where it's not really feeling like a great matchup for us. Because once the Boggies go away, this build definitely loses a lot of its strength. We do get Boggy back here, though. And I think we have to send out Yulon. We could do Bonsomdi to, like, take the hit. But he's not really doing enough. I think we need to send out Yulon. Let's see. This will do it like this. Send this in here. Yeah, they blew up their summons, kind of expected that. Alright, so we kill Elise. I think now we have to send in Arbon Somdi. Vol'jin. I think we have to just go for flat damage here. Get in as much as we can. Guess we'll send this in here. Yeah, this is looking rough. So, what do we want to do here? We're gonna make Bonsomdi take the hit, I think. Deal damage. Kill Vol'jin. But I do not think we're winning this one. Yeah, N'Zoth, really, really hard counter to what we were trying to do. Interesting use of the Garona, though. It's cool to see Garona putting in some work. Haven't seen too much of her on ladder yet. So we know their last deck is going to be the Demon deck. The slow is actually quite unfortunate on Bonsomdi. I think their N'Zoth is ready to blow their stuff up again too, which is not good for us. Oh, but we have Mask, but they're gonna have Mask faster and bigger, so I think we just die here, but we'll play it out. Yep, that's gonna be all she wrote for this one. So, rough start. Having the token comp going to N'Zoth is never really something you want to see. So, I think I might switch it up here. Yeah, with the demons, I think I am gonna switch it up for this one. We'll go with our Malkazar Elise build here. I do think all three of these decks should be able to beat demons, I'm pretty sure. Alright, demons. So I think we want to just get Blizzard down turn 1. Then we'll Hearthfire turn 2. We could Hearthfire this turn, actually. Actually, maybe it's better to Hearthfire this turn. I think it is. And then what are we most scared of here? I think it's Archimund.
Job's done.
Monsomni deals a lot of damage, for sure. We can snipe this down, though. Kind of need to, I think. Bleed is good. I'm just gonna punch Monsomni, actually. Don't really want Khadgar dying here. The monkey might be the way to go for this one, though, so it might be best just to snipe this down, because you imagine they're gonna try and Fist of Jaraxxus here, and that would deny them some good damage. Like, I want to go for the AoE, but I think it's too slow. Interesting. Bane looks really good here, I think. Yeah, we're gonna Bane. We go for that with Bane. All Reality seems pretty good. Actually, we could just snipe one Somdi, or we can snipe... I think I want to snipe the Infernal. I'm scared of the Infernal. And I think we just deal damage with Elise. Pretty sure. Oh, so Elise died. But that's kind of okay, I think, maybe. I don't think they have something fast enough here to snipe us down. We can heal with Bane. I think we just start setting up Sinestra. Oh no, your fell abilities are 3 speed faster, so they are going to be able to snipe this down. That's unfortunate. It's still 3 speed. I guess they can just snipe with that. I think it's still worth healing. Probably. Because attacking doesn't really do much with Bane here. Now we send in Ysera. I'm gonna bounce our Bane here. I think we should be in a good position. They don't have that much fell damage, thankfully. No, they do have 7. That is quite a bit, but I think it's fine. No! Oh my god, a double hit? Oh god, we might lose because of that. Oh man, double hitting Sinestro there is so bad. You really needed Sinestro not to die.
I am determined to win.
Although I'm pretty sure we can clean up all of this with positioning is kind of awkward here too if I wanted to go for the heal. Oh, jeez. Well, we're going to go for the Ysera Awakens because that'll kill both of those. I mean, I think I have to heal the Bane here. Because otherwise, Bane is just going to die. Pretty sure. And the next turn we can speed up his AoE. Yeah, that's the plan, I think. Alright. Totem was actually really clutch there. Oh, God. The Wild Imps, dude. Jeez. Damn, I think we might just get swept here. That's crazy. Well, respect to his lineup, it's a pretty sick lineup, and it really gave us a lot harder of a time than I was expecting. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's an out here. I guess I try and I heal Ysera, bring her back to the bench, and then, like, blow up the board, but he still has 1 mark on the bench, so even if I full clear this, I think we just lose. Alright, well now they have to send out a Merc, but again, I think we die to the imps and the 1 Merc that survives. So that roll of Fists of Draxus, I think, just like cost us the game. We really needed Sinestro to get value, and she just got 1-hit KO'd. That's a bummer, but well played by Crimson Panda. I think our token build really screwed us. It just lined up really, really poorly into the 2 first builds he brought. Yeah, it was close, but damn, that's rough. We got swept. Alright, so those were some very good games, especially on Panda's part. Honestly, I was really kind of taken aback by some of his deck choices because I haven't gotten to play against a lot of decks kind of like the ones I saw him bring. So there was definitely an element of he brought stuff that was very new and that I personally haven't seen very much of on ladder. And I think that made it a lot harder for me to kind of know what the best thing to target was. I think I also got really punished for bringing the token build, and I don't think I should have led with it. I think that ended up being a pretty big mistake. I was kind of confident that the token build could take it back in game 2, but I wasn't really thinking as much about the N'Zoth, and N'Zoth is just an absolute disaster for the token build. I have been able to get through N'Zoth sometimes, but I think in combination with the other Mercs he had, it just proved to be a bit too difficult. Game 3 was a bit unfortunate for me because I do think I could have won that one. I did get a little unlucky there with the double Fist of Jaraxxus hitting Sinestra. I guess that was would it be a 50-50 or maybe a 1 in 4 for both of the things to hit, since there were 2 possible targets, I believe. So a little bit unlucky there, because I do think if the Sinestra ended up living, that game probably could have been very winnable by me. And then, much like in regular Conquest format, sometimes you can kind of hard target a deck. So I think all of my comps could have won against the Demon build, especially the Frost Valera deck, which we didn't actually end up getting to see from me. But overall, had a lot of fun playing the games. It was sweet seeing all these new kind of combinations with the new Mercenaries. Big shout out to Crimson Panda for bringing a very unique lineup that was pretty hard for me to deal with, and definitely punished one of my favorite decks, which is the new Nemzi Boggy token shenanigans. We are both uploading our perspectives of this, so if you enjoyed this and you want to see it from the other player's perspective, I will have a link in the description below where you can go check out his version of the games. Highly recommend doing that. Kind of one of the fun things about doing collaborations like this is getting to see both sides of how it went and the thought process that we both had in our games. So definitely recommend checking that out. Other than that, let me know what you thought about the series, if you'd like to see more of it. I think it's something I'd definitely like to do more of in the future. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.